In this video, I'll be telling you something that you can do to get better at Call of Duty. It'll work pretty fast, honestly, if you do try it. This applies for multiplayer, Warzone, literally any shooter. Although this video is pretty much made for controller players. If you are a mouse and keyboard, this might be able to help you, but this is particularly for controllers. All right, no more jibber jabber. Let's get right into it. So what it is playing PUBG. So yeah, I'm telling you to play a different game to get better at this game. You're probably like, yeah, this is some really weird advice. This guy's shot. But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. I've been playing PUBG for a couple years now, on and off, and I've noticed that every time I do play it and then I go back to Call of Duty, I'm like on point. The reason this game will help you is because it's primarily made for mouse and keyboard. So when you go on this game and you play controller, one, there's no aim assist. Not only is there no aim assist in this game, but you have to be extremely precise. Like, it literally trains your brain to like really slow things down and like focus on accuracy. The game is also way more strategic, so when you do hop back on Call of Duty, you're gonna feel like you're like some mastermind. Also, you have to play the third person version if you are going to play this. I mean, I'm sure first person's good too, but like I'm specifically talking about third person. So I had someone comment on one of my videos the other day asking for tips to increase awareness and stuff like that. Real quick, just want to say I appreciate you, Myvery, for commenting. I've seen you comment on a few videos, so I appreciate the support. And I do plan on making a full video for you on, awareness and all that, but I do think that this can apply to you in terms of awareness. So PUBG is a great way to actually do this to increase your awareness. When you're playing and people are playing in third person, you're gonna have people very far away from you shooting at you, and you have to spot them out. So you have to be, you're hiding behind trees, and you have to like angle yourself so they can't see you. It takes a lot of awareness, and once you get better at it as you go along. You also have to become very aware of the map, of your surroundings, and different types of cover when you're playing PUBG, which I think is very good, because when you're playing COD, most people, you will just run around like a headless chicken. But it's very good to be aware of where cover is at all times. So like for me, for example, when I play Call of Duty, let's say I get flashbanged, right? It doesn't matter where I am on the map, I can step to cover. Like, I can walk 5 feet backwards into the left and be, right on a head glitch. Just because I'm like very mindful of every little piece of cover on the map. But look at that so far. PUBG literally covers gun skill, accuracy, precision, awareness, strategy. It literally covers your bases right there. This is an example of a game that really takes skill. A lot of people would argue that Call of Duty doesn't take skill, which I definitely do disagree with. Call of Duty 100% takes skill. Especially, these people saying that are people that are probably like not very good. So let's throw them into a game against like pro players. Okay, but back to PUBG. Here's the only catch with this. You're gonna want to play it on a console, so Xbox One or PS5. Because if you do play it on PC, the kids that are using like keyboard and mouse, they're gonna be way better. Yeah, I mean, listen, you could still try controller on PC, but it's gonna be very uneven. Here's a clip. I was playing PUBG the other night with some friends, but yeah, what I'm doing right here is I'm kind of just moving around. We know that there's enemies at that base or at those houses right in front of us, but I'm just kind of moving around, waiting for them to shoot and expose themselves. And, just trying to locate them. But this is kind of what I was talking about with the trees you're going to see here in a second. And watch this shot. This shot was insane. This is what I mean about, like, the precision as well. See, I took that dude's head right off, and there's no aim assist. That was just, like, straight precision. So, like, when you're hitting shots like that on PUBG, you get on Call of Duty, and it's like you're on easy mode. Here's another clip right here. As you can see, it also just helps with, like, playing angles and stuff like that. And you see the pace of this game. It's, like, very slow, right? You're really slowing things down and, like, focusing, which I think is also very important because of how much of a fast-paced game Call of Duty is. It's very important to slow things down. But yeah, I really think that this game can develop some core fundamentals, and even if you are really good playing this game and then going back to COD, it really is like, it makes a huge difference. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, give it a like rating, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, comment down below, let me know if you plan on trying this or if you've played PUBG in the past. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.